standing cool down is perfect for game days where the pitch is muddy and wet. First, we're going to start by stretching the quadriceps. Stand next to a partner and hold onto their shoulder or hands or hips. Bring your heel towards your bottom and push your hip forward. Make sure you're standing nice and tall in the trunk. Hold that stretch for 30 seconds and then swap legs and repeat on the other side. If you've got good balance, then you can perform this stretch on your own. Next, we'll stretch the neck. Bring your left arm over to your right ear and pull your head towards the left hand side. Allow the weight of your arm to let your head drop. Again, hold this for 30 seconds and then repeat on the other side. To stretch your upper back, pull your right arm across your left side. Use your left arm to hug this arm in towards your chest. Hold for 30 seconds, gradually drawing the arm closer towards your body, and then repeat on the other side. So next we're going to stretch the calves. In this lunge position, sometimes people will also feel it in their hamstrings, but that's fine. Weight should be evenly distributed between both legs, and your back heel should be flat on the floor with a nice straight leg. You can position your hands on your front knee to apply more weight, or by holding onto a partner. Don't forget to stretch both legs, and also don't worry if you're more flexible on one leg than the other. Again, hold this stretch for around 30 seconds, hips facing forward and toes too. Now take a wide base, wider than your shoulder width. Transfer your weight to one leg, bend that knee and sink your hips towards the floor. Hold for 30 seconds, then stand and repeat on the other side. This exercise is to stretch your adductors. Aim to keep your chest up and the heels of both feet flat on the floor. Now we'll return to standing with a wide base once again. You're going to hinge forward at the hips, taking your hands towards the floor and let your head drop down also. Everyone will be at a different stage, so don't worry. If you can, then bend your elbows to allow a deeper stretch. Now, return to standing, interlock your fingers behind your back, pull your arms up over your head as you return to the same stretch as before. Allow your weight to gently rock you forward to a deeper stretch. Now, return to standing. This time, we're going to hinge forward at the hips once again. We're going to place our hands flat on the floor if possible. If you can, walk your hands back in between your legs to a comfortable position and allow your head to drop towards the floor. You should feel this stretch in your hamstrings that run down the back of your thighs. Here you can see what the stretch looks like from the side view. Here's a different one for the hamstrings. Bending your right knee, straighten your left leg out in front of you, toes pointing towards the sky. Again, you should be hinging from the hips with your back in a nice straight line. You can either place your weight through your bent knee, or you can reach down towards your toes to increase the stretch. Now, standing nice and tall, take your right arm up above your head, bend the elbow, and with your left hand you're going to apply pressure on your right elbow to push that hand down. This is to stretch your triceps and you should get a nice opening of the chest while you're performing this movement, rather than hunching forward and rounding your shoulders. Apply this on the other arm also. If you've got good mobility, you can link your hands behind your back, pulling on each hand, opening your chest to get a greater stretch. Once again, standing nice and tall, you're going to reach up with your right arm, tilting over towards the left side of your body. This is going to open up the right side of your trunk. Of course, repeat this on both sides. Again, take a nice wide base. This time, hinge from the hips towards one leg. Place your hands in a position that feels comfortable for you, whether this is at the knee, your shin, on the floor, at your ankle, or at your knee. It's fine. Just find a place that's comfortable for you where you're feeling a nice stretch. And hold the stretch for 30 seconds on each side. So the next stretch is for the glutes. Now, it's not one of my favourites, but it's good to do when you can't lie on the floor because it's wet, muddy and cold. So you want to hold on to a partner or the wall or something sturdy. With your left hand, you want to pull your knee up and over across the side of your body, keeping your hips and your trunk facing forwards. And of course, repeat on the other leg. Now we're going to come into a nice deep squat position, keeping that bottom nice and low as it can towards the floor, using your elbows in between your knees to push your knees outwards. When I'm in this position, I like to gently rock back and forth, transferring my weight between both feet. Just do what feels comfortable to you. And into the final stretch. So you're going to hinge forward from the hips as before to reach the floor. Now you're going to rotate, bringing one arm to stack above the other arm, rotating at the waist. Don't hold this for too long, but keep rotating on both sides for a number of repetitions. Once you've finished your repetitions, sink your bottom down towards your heels, then return to straight legs, and now gently roll one vertebrae up at a time to standing. And that's your stretching cool down complete.